negotiations and agreements. And this came up in the context of trying to get resources from other organizations, and this idea of they keep coming back and saying, I'm too busy and you want to collaborate more. And the main sort of message when I was talking to this individual was you need to be specific. And the frame I would give you is, if you raise this up to a boss, right, a CXO or whoever it was, and you said, yes or no, can we do this? And they said yes, would it be an actual act that would change things, right? And so what I mean by that is, I want to collaborate better with somebody. We should collaborate better. Hey, boss, do you agree that we should collaborate better? Yes, absolutely, go do that. So then what? All right, what do you do? Right, that's not a doable thing. I mean, yes, it kind of is, but it's not very clear what would need to be happen. Versus, I need 3 hours of your time every week to work with my team to do something. That is a yes or no. And if the big boss said, yeah, do that, make sure you spend 3 hours a week, it's very easy to verify if that's actually done, right? And so whenever you're looking for agreement or you're trying to negotiate or talk about options, make sure that they are specific enough that you could say yes or no. And again, a good test is somebody who just got the 5 minutes, get the boss, say, hey boss, I need a decision here. If they say yes or no, like, is it easy enough to validate whether that thing has actually happened, right? Because again, this comes up all the time when I do my coaching, and most people they know what they want, but they don't have the details, or maybe they're hesitant to ask for the specifics. So that is what I would suggest, is make sure that the thing that you are asking for is a known and quantifiable thing, whether it's a dollar value, people, hours, or whatever it is. Options are often helpful in this scenario so that I have a choice, because again, if you go all the way up to the executive role, it's a resource allocation question. So if you're talking to a CXO, what they are doing in his or her head is, how do I allocate my resources? That's basically the job. So if you were saying, can I do this? Hey, I need 3 people, or I need $1 million. They are starting to do the resource allocation. And if $1 million is not good, or it is good, they're going to make a allocation decision. If you present them options, now they're thinking of a range, right? So can I have $1 million? Yes or no? Oftentimes no, because I don't have $1 million. Hey, if you give me $1 million, I can get you this. If you give me $2 million, I can get you 3x. And if you give me $500,000, I can at least move the ball forward this much. Now you have presented to me a way to think about it in a broader sense. And maybe I'll say, well, what about 250K? Can you do, because I can do that. So maybe we can do something with that. So the idea is, if you give somebody options, they start to think in options. If you give somebody yes or no, all they think of is yes or no. So that's sort of related. So the two halves of the equation are, make it actually decidable, making sure it is a thing that can be determined yes or no and actually has an impact, as opposed to a vague, hey, we should work harder, we should be more collaborative.